Austin, Sean here. Before I take still pics, and a lot of them, of your army, and also do the sweeping overview video, I thought I would give you sort of a director's cut and insights on the entire process. So it's been 2 weeks to the day since we received the army in the studio. And this project has been very interesting to me personally, because Bretonnians were one of my first solo endeavors when I started painting in 2004 professionally. And so it brought back a lot of good memories. It also is important to me because it marks the beginning of doing things in a different way at the studio. I have a really great system in place, and it's served a lot of people very well. In fact, I think by my count, it's actually over 8,000 projects have come through here, but I conservatively round it back to 7,000. And it's quite a track record. But that said, I see room for improvement, and one of the things I want to do is what I've done with your project. I think that the strength of blue table painting and my personal strength war games assembly and painting is large themed armies. That it's always been fun for me and a challenge to put together a very large themed cohesive force. And I really would like to get back to that. And this time working with a small team. And so it's different putting together a group of artists and doing a whole bunch of projects where they kind of work individually and you wrap it up at the end. And that's great, that works very well. However, this was different in that I was involved in it and actually, really had my sort of creative talent infused into it. And that was really cool. And I'm hoping to do more projects like this in the future and give that good a service. The question mark being, if the right manpower and talent and skill is like leveraged, it can just give this amazing experience that I really, truly hope that you have had here, which is to, get that interaction. I thought I'd only make like one video every 1 or 2 days. And I think I made 1 or 2 videos every day. In fact, I think a lot of days it was 2. And that, to me, that's a lot of fun to explain what I'm doing, to create sort of a documentation of the entire process. It's really fantastic. And naturally, there's a lot of moving parts to all of this. So if there's any like oddball stuff, we can definitely scoop that up into part 2 and make sure that it's all rounded up quite nicely. So that said, the crew that I had here is really, really amazing. And in fact, every last one of them was a pure champion. Just amazing with the hours, being on time. There was one day where an errand I had ran long, and I got a text at 3 minutes to 10. And I was like, oh yeah, oh my gosh, I can't believe 10 crept up on me. And all those guys, all 4 of the crew, were at the front door, like paints in hand. They were there on the dot within like a 5-minute window. They all like showed up. They were ready to go. And it's been really, really amazing. And, and I have to give a shout out to my daughter, who actually ran an impromptu daycare one of the days. She was, she spent the evening with, I think it was 7 kids, and they were all under 10. And she just, she just handled that like a real champion. It was really cool. So what else? We let's see, I think all the comments I have left are really about the Army itself. So I'm going to do a video just for you, kind of overviewing everything and giving you a lot of details. Then I'm going to do another one for the fans, and that'll be more along the lines of my typical, you know, high voltage Battle of Pelennor Fields style of things. And we're hoping, with your blessing, to do a 2-on-2 battle report. I've got an Ogre's army still here, waiting for the client to tell me, you know, if we need to tweak that a little bit. So hopefully he'll give the thumbs up and we can do an ogre raid on the lands of men. And so I don't know if you're still doing 8th edition or whatever, or if you're moving into Age of Sigmar, but I'm a fan of Age of Sigmar. That's probably the system I'm going to use. I hope you don't feel strongly about that. Okay, so what else non-army related, sort of nuts and bolts? We ate a lot of Chinese food and pizza. And I learned something. We went to like this gourmet pizza place. Well, I went and I got all the pizzas and brought them back here. But it was like the gourmet pizza wasn't as good as just the regular old, you know, schlock pizza joint that's a block away. I mean, those guys just, it's good. It's hearty. And so, yeah, I had a total of 4 main artists. I count maybe as a 5th, and then I had a support person as a 6th. And you really actually did need a support crew for this to, or if I keep looking over here, I'm looking at the painting station that we used. But yeah, you really do need a support crew to you know, make sure everything's running smoothly, run errands. So, and now, like I said, this is sort of a prototype of how I want to get things done in the future. So if you're I may make this public, if you're watching this, I do have slots open. I have 1 slot in December right now. That could be gone soon. And I have 5 slots opening in January. So if you want to set up for one of those, set up a major project, we're the people that can manhandle that. I've got the space for it. I've got the crew for it. I've got me personally. I have a huge amount of knowledge about how to, not only the game background, but how to realize how to bring to completion a large project with a lot of little details. For example, this one had decals. So not only did I know how to do decals, know what to buy, like solutions and stuff to make them set right, but I also had personal experience doing decals. And this big strength of BTP is I had, hold on, 2, 4, 6, I had 10 drawers just full of decals. And so I was able to bring in some unusual stuff. We did a lot of freehand and turn it into something where all those little details are something special. And not only do I have this crew, equipment, space, know-how, but I also have this vast local network of artists who have just this huge range of skills to do, you know, display quality stuff, to do green stuff and sort of semi-sculpting work, and you know, all these talents that I can draw on for specific projects if they're sort of outside of the regular scope of things. All right, so client, thank you. And I had meant to get the whole crew here and kind of do this, you know, yeah, opening scene of Friends thing where we talk about it and whatnot, but artists are typically a timid bunch, and so it's up to me to sort of spokesperson all of this. All right, yeah, and fans, thanks for tuning in, and I'm hoping that there are among your number those that are ready to have something like this done as well. Thanks for tuning in.